A Bersatu leader has accused the MCMC of mischaracterizing Muhyiddin Yassin's role in its investigation. Latheefa Koya wants an end to what she described as flag hysteria after a controversy involving an upside-down national flag at a school in Port Dickson. In international news, Israel's security cabinet has approved a plan to take control of Gaza City, outlining 5 key objectives to end the war. Stay tuned for all this on KiniNews. MCMC has clarified that former Premier Muhyiddin Yassin is only being investigated as a witness, not as a suspect, in an ongoing probe implicating him in a statement related to RON 95 subsidies. The Commission said the investigation involves the contents of a TikTok account linking him to an allegation about targeted RON 95 subsidies. In a statement, it said the investigation will verify the context of the content that was published and does not involve any allegations or accusation against the former Premier. It added that it had contacted the Bago MP yesterday to summon him for questioning as a witness. The MCMC also urged all parties not to speculate and to allow the investigation to proceed. Yesterday, Muhyiddin announced that he had received a letter from the internet regulator summoning him to give a statement. He questioned whether the MCMC had investigated Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Muhyiddin added that this is an abuse of power and that this is a personal issue raised by the Prime Minister against him, but instead he is directing MCMC to investigate it. During the Prime Minister's question time in the Dewan Rakyat on August 5th, Anwar had claimed that Muhyiddin had questioned the government's decision not to provide petrol subsidies to foreigners. In response, Muhyiddin stated that he never made such a statement and accused Anwar of failing to verify the claim properly. Anwar then told MCMC to investigate whether Muhyiddin had made the statement. Meanwhile, a Bersatu leader has pushed back against the MCMC's statement. Bersatu Information Chief Tun Faisal Ismail Aziz accused the Commission of mischaracterizing Muhyiddin's role in the ongoing investigation. In a post on Facebook, he stressed that Muhyiddin is not a witness and is instead the victim in the case. He instead pinned the blame on Anwar, saying that Anwar is the person of interest or suspect in relaying and spreading fake news or deception. He added that Anwar is also the witness responsible for providing MCMC with information on the source of the fake news. Anwar had previously made the remarks in response to an interjection by Hulu Terengganu MP Rosul Wahid, who asked the Prime Minister to name the opposition leader who supported allowing foreigners to enjoy petrol subsidies. PAS MP Ahmad Fadli Shari has since argued that Anwar's actions in ordering the MACC probe constitute a serious abuse of executive power, involving political interference in an enforcement body that should act independently. Lawyers for Liberty co-founder Latheefa Koya has slammed politicians for what she calls flag hysteria over an upside-down jalo gamilang at SJKC Chonghua in Port Dickson, Negeri Sembilan. She said it was clearly unintentional, but politicians are exploiting it to score points. In a post on X, she accused them of trying to outdo each other in patriotism, even if it means victimizing innocent people like the school board and its parent-teacher association. Latheefa said the attacks must be demoralizing and devastating for the school community and questioned whether politicians even realize how much fear they're creating for ordinary people. She also criticized government figures for staying silent while the school faces public brickbats. The former MACC chief condemned Education Minister Fadlina Sidek's threat of stern action upon the school involved in the incident. She said as minister, Fadlina should defend the school from all the opportunistic politicians jumping on the flag bandwagon. Latheefa added that there was no need for a departmental inquiry or police probe over an obvious mistake. She told politicians to leave the schools alone and look for their political mileage elsewhere. She warned that at this rate, no one still wants to display or fly the Jalo Gamilang anymore because the slightest mistake would subject them to a national uproar and police action. Mandiri Executive Director Amir Hariri Abdul Hadi has been acquitted of charges under Section 9(5) of the Peaceful Assembly Act. This is for allegedly failing to notify authorities of organizing a rally in 2022. The decision was delivered by Magistrate Farah Nabiha Muhammad Dan this morning after Deputy Public Prosecutor Anis Wahida Muhammad informed the court that the prosecution has been instructed to retract the charges on August 5th. Anis also asked the magistrate to grant a discharge not amounting to an acquittal under Section 173(g) of the Criminal Procedure Code. However, Amir's lawyer Raj Suryan Pillai rebutted that a DNAA would cause the charge to hang over the accused's head, risking him of another prosecution in the future. As such, he requested a full acquittal for Amir. Amir, who is also Muda's former Secretary General, was charged in 2022 under Article 9(5) of the PAA for allegedly failing to notify the authorities of the Mana Kapal LCS rally 5 days before it was held on August 14th the same year. The High Court then granted permission for him to challenge the provision at the federal court last year. The federal court declared the provision unconstitutional and no longer valid in July this year. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Israel's Security Cabinet has approved a controversial plan to take control of Gaza City in the northern part of the enclave. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office announced the plan on Friday. In a statement, it said the plan includes 5 key goals aimed at ending the war. This includes the disarming of Hamas, return of all hostages, both living and deceased, the demilitarization of the Gaza Strip, Israeli security control in the Gaza Strip, and the establishment of an alternative civil administration that is neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has condemned the move. In a statement, he said the Israeli government's decision to further escalate its offensive in Gaza is wrong. He urged them to reconsider the plan immediately and stressed that there needs to be a ceasefire now. He said every day the humanitarian crisis in Gaza worsens and hostages taken by Hamas are being held in appalling and inhumane conditions. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim also commented on the matter. According to Bernama, he reiterated Malaysia's uncompromising stance against oppression and colonialism in Gaza, urging world leaders to uphold humanity and put a stop to atrocities. He said Malaysia's position is very clear. It is against colonization, oppression, atrocities, and genocide, regardless of the country responsible. PN chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin urged Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to apologize yesterday. This is over his claim that Muhyiddin supports the provision of around 95 fuel subsidies to foreigners. Muhyiddin had denied Anwar's allegation, saying that it is completely untrue. We posted a poll about this to get your views on whether Anwar should apologize to Muhyiddin. Here are the results. A majority of votes at 58% agreed that if found wrong, Anwar should be brave and apologize openly. Meanwhile, 37% said that the investigation by MCMC should proceed first. 4% believed that both parties should resolve the matter amicably through dialogue. A voter that commented claimed that they had heard of the statements from social media but were unsure of who had said it. Another said that MCMC should continue its investigation to uphold justice. Meanwhile, others brought up how the MCMC was directed to investigate the case and said it was the first time they had heard of it happening. What are your thoughts on this? Share your views in the comment section below. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the other headlines from today. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.